So if I was to start from scratch and try and build a personal brand that was actually monetizable, and I wanted to do it within the next 3 months because for some reason I'm on a big time pinch, because I know time's very important, this is exactly how I would do it. Now, if you guys don't know me already, I like to take walks and I like to talk about personal finances, personal brands, business, content creation, and my journey as a content creator, business owner, online e-com non-guru man. And I do all of it for free. I'm not selling anything, so all I ask in return is that you support this little side quest of mine by hitting the subscribe button. I do have other YouTube channels. One of them has about 300,000 subscribers. I've made millions online, and with all of that jazz out of the way, I want to give you guys a real talk, and hopefully this rant of mine will be packed full of value, and you guys can take away from this anything that you can to help you build your own personal brands, because I actually believe that literally every single one of you who is watching this video right now, you've clicked on a video that didn't have many views, that had a stupid thumbnail, and you thought, I'm going to give this a go. And if you can actually watch this whole video all the way to the end, that's all it takes to be successful online. It literally just takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of learning, and I guess what you could call it is I don't even know, like the ability to see what everyone else can't see. So everyone else might see this video. It's a guy holding his phone the wrong way up. It should be this way. He's talking, he's on a walk. There's no big editing. There's no fancy sound effects, all of that stuff. But is there value in it? Because that's what's the important part of the video. So first of all, which niche would I start in, right? Because of course we want to build a brand, but we want to make sure that that brand can make us money. So one of the most important, if not the most important, is the niche that you choose. Now I can tell you a little bit of a story of me. When I was in COVID times, I made a TikTok account, and that TikTok account was basically based on virality. I was trying to go viral. Any means necessary, I'm going to go viral and I'm going to build that subscriber base. And what I ended up doing was I found a super weird way to go viral, and it was working like wildfire. I was posting maybe 5 to 10 videos a day. Each of them was getting anywhere between 100,000 and 1 million views. It was insane. And for anyone who's British who's watching, there was a science show called Things That Make You Go, That might just sound arbitrary to most of you, but John Tickle was the presenter, and for some reason it popped into my head. And then I decided to roll with that tagline and then add different things in. Some of them were, and I would tell like facts. Some of them went, oh, and I would be like, oh, this is cute, and show cute pictures of dogs and crap, right? And it went insanely viral, and I blew up my account to 420,000 followers or subscribers or whatever it is. And it was a total waste of time because I made no money from it. I couldn't sell anything. It was just kids who were just clicking, and they were looking at these videos and they were laughing and they were enjoying it, and then they were moving on. They didn't care about me. They didn't care about the brand, and they didn't care about what I might want to sell or whatever. I tested some products because at the same time I was doing e-commerce, and it was a total waste of time. So I digress. The point here is the niche is super important. If you are a comedian, then a comedy niche would be good. If you are someone who wants to be an influencer, when I say influencer, I mean a big viral star sensation. That's a completely amicable quest and perfectly fine. You can make tons of money from it. But I wasn't that person. So this niche that I had built a following in, I didn't want to do it because I don't want to follow viral trends. I don't want to do dances. I don't want to do whatever it is that's viral at the time. But you might, and that's perfectly fine. And I actually think that's an awesome option if you do want to do it, because that's great. And you can make loads of money from it. You can be a literal celebrity these days, and it will work if you just put your mind to it. But I didn't want to do it. So the point I'm trying to make here is pick a niche that you actually enjoy, that you actually want to be in, because I can't imagine anything worse than creating, I think they call it like golden handcuffs or something. You create yourself a life where you're not able to actually do what you want, right? You can't do a video, like say you're in that viral niche, you can't do a video about like Bitcoin, which is what I like to do, because no one cares, right? You can't do a video, a travel video maybe about some intricate detail in Africa, because no one cares. They want viral content. So you don't want these golden handcuffs. Even if I have loads of subscribers or an ability to make money, I hate it. I don't want to do that, right? So sorry, I've been yapping. I don't mean to yap. I'm pretty good at yapping. But my point here is specifically pick your niche, something that you love, right? Something that you actually care about, something that you talk about every day. So I'm going to use the example of this channel, right? My main niche where I've made my money so far has been cryptocurrency. That's what I enjoy. That's what I was doing anyway, and investing, right? But now I'm interested in like content creation, brand building, and that sort of stuff. So that's the niche that I'm talking about, like business, entrepreneurship. That's the niche I'm talking about in these videos. So that's what I would pick. Something where there's an option to sell a product or a service that's genuinely valuable, that can genuinely help people, and it's a win-win sort of sale. That's the sort of niche that I would be in. And that's basically tons of niches. You know, if I wanted to be a gamer and I wanted to sell a new game or sell a new product or sell a new controller, then the gaming niche would be perfect. That sort of thing. So go into the niche with the thought process of what can I actually deliver here. And again, that viral sensation, that viral niche is you're delivering the views to the platform. So you make money from millions of views on YouTube, millions of views on TikTok, and I was doing that before TikTok had the creator fund, so I made zero monies from that. All right, so niche is very important, and don't take the niche lightly, but don't let it become analysis paralysis. Try one. If it doesn't work, try another one. If you don't enjoy that one, try another one. You can do it. I did it. You can rinse and repeat, and you can do whatever you want, right? I tried many niches over the course of 18 years. I've had my YouTube channel since 2006, so that's what I think is really important. Now, the next question that I get a lot, and a lot of people want to know, is what platform should I focus on? Where should I be putting all of my attention and energy? Which one's the most important? Which one's going to make me the most amount of money? And the simple and fast answer to that, guys, is do them all. Literally do them all. All right? So long form and short form, every platform. And when I say every platform, I mean YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and then YouTube Shorts, right? You can also try LinkedIn, Snapchat, and all the new platforms and stuff. And if something new comes up, definitely give it a go. But what we're doing here as we start, the most important thing for the first month, 2 months or whatever, it's going to be crap. You're going to be crap at making videos. You're going to be crap at knowing what to do. You're going to be crap at thumbnails. You're going to be crap at storytelling. You're going to be crap. I'm pretty crap at storytelling, but you're going to be crap generally. And that's just the way it goes. So what we want to do is we want to get as many reps as humanly possible. You know, they say 10,000 hours of something and you're an expert or whatever, right? 10,000 videos and you'll be an expert. And so what I do is I make long form content on YouTube, and then I make separate short form content for TikTok, and then I post the same video on Instagram. And I do that every day. So I post the same content on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and TikTok. That's, let's say, 3 pieces of content, but it's the same, right? It's just one video. And then I do one long form, and then I do another long form for my second channel, and then now I actually do this one, so 3. So that's like 6 pieces of content a day. And it'll take you time to get there, but that's what we want to be doing. We want to be trying on all platforms. And then the key is one of those will probably just blow up. And then you can kind of focus on it, and you can kind of double down once you find the one that works for you. Like long form is, funnily enough, what worked for me. So I focused on long form when the long form worked, right? So I was doing Instagram Reels, I was doing TikTok, and I was trying YouTube long form. And then the long form is what worked. So for the 2 years or so, I just did long form. I tripled down on it. But if it was short form, I would have tripled down on that, just like I did with the TikTok, right? So focus on all of the platforms, in my opinion. That's the most important thing. And I guess the second most important thing, or the most important thing, depending on how you're looking at this, if you want to go pure virality or you want to actually make this into a career or an income, how do we get those views into monetization? How do we monetize ourselves? So there's a few different ways. The most basic of all is, like I said, with that viral niche, or any niche that can generate, you know, let's say 10,000 to 1 million views a month, would be just your pay-per-view sort of thing. So TikTok Creator Fund, YouTube Creator Fund, and does Instagram have one? I think in some countries it might. But Besides that, we have a few different options. We have affiliate partnerships. I think those are probably the most powerful in every niche, but not the most powerful in certain niches. But affiliate revenue and affiliate monetization is one of the best because you get to talk about and show products that you actually use. A great example of this is literally for this channel, I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, and I was doing really basic thumbnails, and now I'm trying a different view. We're using AI to create more attention grabbing thumbnails, and I typed in on YouTube how to make thumbnails with AI, because what I want from this channel is for me to be able to get you guys the value as quickly as possible. So I don't want to waste time with editors and all of that stuff, right? So how can I really fast make a thumbnail? And I did that on YouTube, and one of the first videos came up, had a bunch of views, and this guy was explaining this new AI thumbnail generator and all the things that it works. And it was a piece of software that works. It was a subscription. I signed up to it, and I signed up using his code. I always try to support the creators that give me information, right? And I think it was like a 25% off. So he maybe gets 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever the number is of my subscription. So imagine his video got 300,000 views or something like that, maybe 100,000 views, I can't remember. Then let's say it got 100,000 views. Let's say 1% of the people went and signed up. That's 1,000 people. Let's say, I think the software was $40. So let's say for every person he signs up, he gets $5. Or maybe he gets 25%, he might even get $10. Let's say $10, right? That's $10 of reoccurring revenue for him times 1,000, $10,000 potentially per month for one single video that blew up. And that is the unbelievable power of affiliate marketing, because you don't have a business in the sense of you're not running that business. You're not going out and hiring all the staff and hiring the what they called, like the devs to create this and all of that stuff that you need. You've just brought people in, and then you have reoccurring revenue. And you can do that for, you know, as a creator, let's say for that guy who was pushing an AI service for thumbnails, he could do the same thing for an AI editor for the videos, music for the videos, SEO software for the YouTube. All together combined, if he gets 1,000 people, it's not always going to be a video that works that well. But, you know, I was speaking to a friend who's in the content creator helper niche, and even this low videos, you know, you get 100 views and one person signs up, but you make 1,000 videos over the year, and you get one person to sign up in your 1,000 videos over the course of a year, and then you got $10,000 in reoccurring revenue. And I don't know about you guys, but $10,000 a month is more than 3 times what I was making when I was, you know, had my own job and a salary. So I think that's incredible. So the other version, or the other monetization, is, you know, selling your own service, right? So say you're a gamer. One really interesting thing that I saw in the gaming niche, because recently, if you guys have been watching the content, I've been playing a little bit of Call of Duty. All right, give me a break. I always thought it was super nerdy, but then I got into a bit of Warzone. But what I've seen on TikTok recently is the guys that are blowing up on TikTok, you know, with their viral sort of videos and styles and all of that stuff, what they're doing, or one of the things that I saw one guy was doing, is selling, like, I don't know if it was a course, but like a mentorship on how to play COD like a number one, or a number 1%er who's not 1% good, the best 1% on the platform, right? And he's selling that as a mentorship, and I'm sure he's selling it for a couple of hundred, even a couple of thousand. It's like a course, right? And so that's the other option, right? You have like courses, mentorships, and I always think it's important. I know there's a lot of people out there who think that courses and mentorships are scams and that sort of stuff, but they're not, right? There are scams. There are courses that are scams, but all courses are not scams. If someone is genuinely providing value and they're charging money for that, that's not a scam. That's the same as university. And what you get is you get to pick and choose exactly who you want to buy from. If you appreciate the creator, for example, you get to buy from someone, you get to support someone you actually appreciate and value. And I think there's no scam in that. I think it's great. And for any creator that's thinking about doing that, don't get put off, because people will think you're a scammer. And that's one of the things we'll talk about in another video, you know, getting over thinking about what people think about you. That's not important. There's always going to be haters and stuff like that. But those are the monetization things that I see. And then on top of that, you don't know where, and probably the most exciting thing is not knowing what doors are going to open from doing content creation, how many people you'll meet, where you get to go. All of these things are so exciting. And the key, and the reason why I push anyone who's watching this video to start a personal brand, is because anyone can do it. You can think you're boring, and there'll be a million other boring people out there who are super interested in you and super interested in what you're doing in your journey. So keep that in mind. Hopefully I provide some value. Hit the subscribe button if you appreciate this yap session. And guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.